Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. And if you're just visiting, please consider subscribing. Today, we're going to talk about fragrances that I love, but I will not purchase again. And there are different reasons for all of these for why I will not purchase them again. I will explain as we go along. So the first one that I have here is from Tom Ford, and this is Eau de Soleil Blanc. It's interesting because this was actually the fragrance that kind of started my fragrance obsession or addiction or collection, whatever you want to call it. For some reason, once I purchased this one, I really started getting really interested into fragrances, and this is when everything went downhill. But I would not purchase this fragrance again. Why? Well, I really enjoyed the scent. This is, of course, your coconutty beach suntan lotion type of scent. I really enjoy that scent profile. But the problem with this fragrance is performance. Longevity is terrible. Even when I cover myself in this fragrance, it really doesn't last long. And so because there are other fragrances, since purchasing this one, of course, I discovered a number of other fragrances that have a very similar scent profile, but that have much better performance. And so I would rather stick with those fragrances than this one. Of course, I am not planning to declutter it. I am going to use it. I'm going to finish it. But once it is gone, I don't think I will be purchasing it again. And I know I have the Eau de Soleil Blanc, which is the EDT, and there is the Soleil Blanc, which is the EDP version. I have a small travel spray of EDP, and to be honest, on me, they perform exactly the same. The other one does not last any longer than this one. So, like I said, I will not be purchasing this one or the EDP version. Next fragrance that I will not repurchase is surprisingly from Maison Lancome line, which I absolutely love, and that's Parfait de Roses. And I don't actually have it to show to you here, and that is because it left my collection. I couldn't believe that I was letting go of a Maison Lancome fragrance because, like I said, absolutely love this line. But this was my least favorite from the line. And in fact, the one that I really barely used. The few times that I've used it, I didn't enjoy it all that much. And the main notes in this one are rose, liquor, aldehydes, pink pepper, and vanilla. And I'm going to blame it on aldehydes. I am typically not a fan of aldehydes, and I think they kind of ruined this fragrance for me. They added something to it that I found slightly sickening, and so I really didn't enjoy it. So it left my collection, and obviously for that reason, I will not repurchase it. Next one is actually a highly coveted fragrance. It is a discontinued fragrance that I know some have really hard time finding, and that is from Mugler Alien Essence Absolute. And I don't know if you can see here, but my bottle is basically full. And I know because this is such a coveted fragrance, it's discontinued, it's hard to find. That is mainly why I purchased it and why I have it. But if I'm being completely honest, it's not a fragrance that I reach for since I bought it probably, I don't know, almost a year ago. I think I used it once. It's just not my favorite fragrance. Alien in general is not my favorite. And although I enjoy the essence more than the original, it is still not my favorite and not the one that I reach for. So I think I'm going to keep it for now because it is such a highly coveted fragrance, but I will definitely not repurchase it even if I could find another one. And of course, here it's about jasmine, but we also have vanilla, amber, incense, myrrh. So it's a much deeper, more vanillic, more smoky, sort of more resinous type of Alien that I know so many love. But for me, it's just a like and definitely not something that I would want to purchase again. Next, let's talk about two fragrances again from the same house. And this is Haramain. I have Amber Oud Gold and Amber Oud Rouge. And I would not repurchase either one, but for different reasons. I would not repurchase Rouge. I think most of you know why, because this is really a dupe for Baccarat Rouge, which I do not enjoy, and I do not wear this one. This is now permanently part of my husband's collection. He absolutely loves it, and he always tries to convert me to liking this. He really can't understand why I don't, but I really don't. So I don't wear it. I would not purchase it. You know, if he loves it, he goes through this bottle, he can purchase it himself. But definitely I'm not interested in this one, or for that matter, any other dupe of Baccarat Rouge 540 or in the original. I just don't enjoy this fragrance. And the second one is the Amber Oud Gold, and this is a dupe of Xerjoff's Herba Pura, and I really enjoyed this scent. In fact, both of us wear it, but the reason I would not repurchase it is because I would rather have the original. I would rather have Herba Pura. In general, I will be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of dupes. I am not, you know. I think if you can have the original, if you can't, you can't. But it's different for everyone. I'm definitely not passing judgment on anyone. I know that there are some who are only using cruelty-free fragrances that cannot purchase original because they're not cruelty-free, and I completely understand and support that. So they have to go for dupes. You know, I don't have that problem. I'm not cruelty-free. So I would rather have the original than the dupe, but I do really enjoy this scent profile. Next fragrance that I will not purchase again is from Versace, and this is Crystal Noir. I think that this is a really beautiful and really interesting fragrance, really well put together fragrance with that is somewhat unique. This has, of course, coconut, it has floral, spices, sandalwood, musk, but coconut in here is very different. It is not your sweet, beachy type of coconut. This is really salty coconut, and I'm guessing it's the sandalwood that brings that kind of saltiness and real creaminess to this fragrance. And although I really appreciate the beauty and the uniqueness of this fragrance, although I really like the smell of this fragrance, I very rarely reach for it. I mean, really very rarely. I'm not sure why, but I do want to keep it in my collection, at least for now, for sure. But, you know, this will last me forever. So I just don't feel like I will never have a reason to repurchase it. And even if I go through this, I don't think I will, because, like I said, I've just reached for it so rarely. Next one on my list is from the house of Kerosene, and this is Sweetly Known. Now, you know my love for this house and obsession for this house, and Sweetly Known is their newest release that came out at the end of last year, and I actually did a dedicated video to this fragrance, and I really do enjoy this scent. But this scent is not an easy reach. It's not something that I can use just anytime. I definitely have to be in the mood. It has to be the right occasion. It has to be the right time of the year. You know, it has to be the right weather. So the reason for that is because this is a gourmand, but this is an extremely spicy gourmand, and it is extremely powerful. Cardamom note in here is just completely overpowering, especially at the beginning, and performance is completely beastly. This just fills up the room. It almost fills up the whole house, at least for me. So for that reason, you know, this is not something I reach for very often. And so again, this bottle I'm definitely going to keep, but I think this will last me forever as well. So I just don't think I will ever have the need to repurchase this one. Next fragrance that I will not repurchase again is from the house of Carner, Barcelona, and this is Palo Santo. Now, this fragrance is, of course, about vanilla, but It's kind of a slightly boozy and very woody and very smoky type of vanilla. It has tonka, vanilla, rum, sandalwood, milk. So it is slightly lactonic. It is somewhat reminiscent of Replicas by the Fireplace, but it is also a bit different. It is more milky. It is definitely sweeter, and I think it is kind of thicker type of fragrance. And when I first purchased it, I thought this was going to be one of my top scents for the winter, because this is definitely only suitable for cold weather. Like, even now in the spring, I think it's already too heavy to wear. And surprisingly, I barely reached for it this winter. Again, maybe it's something that I've worn once, maybe twice, but I honestly think once. And so for that reason, again, this will last me forever. I'm not reaching for it. To be honest, I'm even considering possibly decluttering this one because, you know, I have a lot of vanilla scents, and if I barely reached for it in the winter and I know I'm not going to reach for it during warm weather, well, then it's just standing there and collecting dust. So don't be surprised if you see this one in a declutter video in the future. We're left with the last fragrance that I will not repurchase again. And the reason here is extremely superficial, so please don't judge me. But if you watched me, you know my love of beautiful bottles and beautiful packaging is just part of what I enjoy about fragrances. And this one, I love the scent, and I absolutely hate the bottle. Hate it. And so for that reason, I don't think I would buy it again. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about Shay and Blue Black Tulip. Now, I have another Shay and Blue fragrance, Salt and Caramel. And that one, I forgot to bring it with me, but maybe I'll insert a picture here. That one comes in a different packaging, which is, I think their original packaging, which they changed not long ago, because I purchased Salt and Caramel first, and then this one soon after, and this one already came in a new packaging. And I absolutely hate it. This looks like some kind of, I don't know, medicine bottle or something like that. I just despise this bottle. And for that reason, I will not purchase it again. In fact, I will not purchase anything else from this line if I know that it comes in these bottles. I just hate them. I don't like looking at it. And, you know, some of you might not understand, but, you know, for me, that's how it is. The scent is beautiful. It has plum, it has tulip, white chocolate, woody notes, and this is really like a plum covered in white chocolate. It's a beautiful gourmand. It's kind of different. I really don't have a lot of scents that have plum as a prominent note. So the scent is beautiful. Absolutely despise the bottle, and for that reason, I will not purchase it again. So this is my list of fragrances that I love, but will not be buying again. Let me know, do you have fragrances like that in your collection that you like, but you will not purchase again? I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye.